Aaron Swartz, co-founder of Reddit, was charged with stealing millions of scientific journals from a computer archive at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology in an attempt to make them freely available. Punctuation in titles, please. That is a smug look, and rightfully so, because knowledge should be free for everyone. Knowledge should not be gatekept, and it should not be hidden behind a paywall. Hello and welcome to Kalbus. My name is Zen, and today we're taking a delve into r/Damn, that's interesting. It's just a subreddit of very, very interesting things that's gonna keep me on the edge of my... Oh, I should probably sit back. Oh, there we go. Right, I'm ready now. Let's jump in. Pradyumna Kumar Mahanandia traveled from India to Sweden on a bicycle to meet his love Charlotte in 1978. The journey took him 4 months through 8 countries. Okay, now who out there says that long distance doesn't work? It does, and if love is real, nothing stands in between each other. Simple as... that was a... Actually, I like that story, that's cool. San Francisco votes to approve robots to use deadly force. Can we go back to the previous post? I like that story more than this one. This is why... Stop. In 2002, an intern who stole moon rocks from NASA spread the rocks on his bed and had fun times on them, resulting in the contamination making the rocks virtually useless to the scientific community. He was sentenced to more than 8 years in prison. So... An astronomy buff? No, he's an astronomy lewd. Who goes like, oh yes, NASA be bringing back them spicy space rocks. I'm gonna nab them for some fun times. What? You know what else is a really fun time? Hitting that subscribe button. I don't know why I said that so aggressively, I'm sorry. Please do hit that subscribe button though, and the bell. Don't forget to also like and comment all the algorithm stuff. It helps us out, and it helps us make more stuff for you. Win-win-win-win. Easy. Milieu du jour. Teaching about prison conditions in my sentencing class this week, and I still remain stunned by this picture of a group therapy session at San Quentin. How can any therapy work like this? I'm gonna go out on a limb here and suggest that maybe these cages are for people that did something that deserve to be in them for the safety of the others around them. I don't think that's just a case of, oh, just any old prisoner, in the cage you go. They're already in a big cage, but if there's, like, people coming in to give them, like, you know, therapy sessions and whatnot, there needs to be a sense of security. This isn't average. This is extreme cases. These 3 men traveled 4,000 miles from Nigeria to the Canary Islands on a ship's rudder blade. How? How did you stay on? What? Like, the ocean is not a calm puddle. That rudder's gonna be going under. What? How did you stay on there? How did you survive, you know, the cold? Okay, so a quick Google, and I'm taking this with a pinch of salt. It says, how long does it take to travel 1,000 nautical miles? 4.9 days. So basically 5 days. They were on there for 20 days as a rough estimate. How? The value of banknotes in Venezuela. Yeah, we're getting there. We're doing this again. The economy, am I right? Whoa! Banknotes, who wants them? I want the fancy toilet paper. The record for the longest time without sleep is held by Randy Gardner, who did not sleep for 11 days and 25 minutes from December 1963 to January 1964. He was 17 at that time. Why was he doing it? Like... Okay, so sleep is extremely important, like extremely important for the body. Why would somebody voluntarily go through with this? Like, insomnia exists, people have trouble sleeping. This just sounds like pain. Oh, apparently he got 14 hours of sleep after that, woke up, went for a pee, and then went to his college. He even won a game of pinball. Well, look at him go. Living life. House cat suffering from myostatin-related muscle hypertrophy, a rare condition that causes muscles to grow excessively large. And they say it's all about the metabolism. If it's a condition where muscles grow excessively large, does that mean the cat's in pain? Or is it just a case of the body is adapted to it as well, and it's just the cat is naturally shredded? I'm curious about this. I'm going to need to look this up later on. Rockabilly subculture is still alive and well in Japan. This feels like it's a set for a film. That's all I can say looking at this. Don't get me wrong, it's kind of cool, but at the same time, they gotta know it looks a little bit ridiculous, right? Like, they have to be running with the punches with this one. They gotta understand that. From the outside looking in, especially that dude at the front with the massive pompadour, like, straight up, it's impressive that you can get your hair to look like that. Don't get me wrong, it does look a little silly. An illustration showing the contents of a Nutella jar. Well, now, that's clearly not true, because that one's not mixed on the right and the one on the left is. So it's false advertising. What they're showing us is the breakdown of all the ingredients, not the contents of it. I can't. Yeah, that's a lot of sugar. Like, I knew it was a lot of sugar, but hoo-hoo. And surprisingly a decent amount of hazelnuts. So I love me a little bit of Nutella. I love the hazelnut chocolatey flavor. It's lovely. But seeing the amount of sugar like this really hammers it home about how much is in it. Mapping emotions on the body. Hot colors show regions people are stimulated during the emotion, and cool colors indicate deactivated areas. It's fascinating to see this, and also just to kind of like reference it of how you feel when you feel some of these emotions, and you start to be like, okay, yeah, so it's not just me. This is the normal way that you feel about this. Top comment is saying that these aren't high-tech scans of the body with thermal imaging or whatever. They're a bunch of people given blank outlines and asked to color in where they feel activation and deactivation for each emotion, then just averaged across, and that's where this comes from. It's interesting, and considering this with such a large research pool, it is still valid. The Statue of Unity in India, the tallest statue in the world, 597 feet or 182 meters. It's twice the size of the Statue of Liberty. I want to see it. There's something intrinsically interesting about just seeing monumental monuments. It's just the size of some of these things, the craftsmanship, the scale, the engineering that goes into making these, and the fact that you could be just like walking over the horizon, you just see this big thing just like staring at you, be like, oh, I want to see it. In the desert landscape of northeastern Saudi Arabia, you will find Qasr al-Farid, aka the Lonely Castle, built in the 1st century AD. It's just a big rock. I just spent a solid 5 seconds looking at it and be like, where's the back of it? That's just carved out. That's impressive, especially 1st century AD? What? It's just in the middle of the desert. It's just a big rock in the desert. That's fascinating. The Statue of Liberty in its original color, Paris, France, 1886, before it was transported to America. I always forget that the Statue of Liberty was made in France. And I always forget it simply because how did they get it there? That's a big boat that could have gone extremely wrong. The logistics into making it, moving it to docks, and then re-rectifying it, so much went into it that I just think, my mind just auto-corrects it to, oh yeah, it was just built there. Like, why would they move it halfway across the world? It makes no sense. The UK from the ISS. You can see my house from here. It's right there. Why did I point at it with my cut? Moving on. Boston College has a policy that employees' kids can attend for free as long as they are accepted. This janitor has 5 kids, all of whom got in, saving nearly $700,000 in tuition. This man is a goat. That is, hey, you want to go? You want to get a higher education? You want to go get a diploma? Cool. I'll go get my work clothes. That man, whoa, just wow. A 110 million year old dinosaur, very well preserved, accidentally discovered by miners in Canada. That is extremely well preserved. That's fascinating. I do like how they've had to kind of do some wire work there to like support up some of the parts that I'm missing. But as cool as it is, I'm distracted by the title because it says accidentally discovered. It just threw my mind. Johannesburg, South Africa looks very unequal. Yeah, you can definitely see the literal poverty line. What's crazy is it looks like it's 2 photos merged into one, and the right-hand side has been zoomed out more. It's just so much, like, the housing is so much more compact and just smaller in general. That's wild. Tiny pebbles on Mars seen from the Curiosity rover. They're like little potatoes. We are looking at rocks on a planet that is not our own, many, many millions of miles away in space. That is cool. The incredible ibex defies gravity and climbs a dam. They're able to climb this because they just don't give a damn. 48,500-year-old virus revived from Siberian permafrost. Oh no. 48,500-year-old zombie virus revived from Siberian permafrost. 7 types of viruses that have lain frozen in Siberian permafrost for thousands of years have been revived. The youngest were frozen for 27,000 years, whilst the oldest was on ice for 48,500 years, making it the most ancient virus resuscitated so far. Some of these zombie viruses could potentially be dangerous to humans. Scientists who revived the viruses said, "No kidding! Put them back." Why do you think there are so many horror stories and films based around the concept of global warming is unleashing things that have been frozen for so long, and they should stay frozen? Viruses could be dangerous to humans. No crap, scientist! Put it back. Optical illusion. There is no yellow in this image. Cover all but a few of the yellow lines to prove this. Your brain expects yellow and fills in the gaps. No, I still see yellow. My brain's just there. I'm just seeing yellow. I think my one's broken. Either that or my brain is. In Norway, you get a small amount of money for recycling bottles and cans. They're often collected by poor people, homeless, etc. A lot of our trash cans have these holders around them, so people don't have to search through the trash to collect them. Now, you see, we see a lot of brutalist and anti-homeless stuff, just like designs in architecture and whatnot, and then we see this. Like, it doesn't solve the root issue, but something so minor can also help in a small way. In a really dark topic such as homelessness and whatnot, this feels like a little bit of a tea light, just in the dark. A little shimmer of light. It's nice. A 12-million-year-old praying mantis encased in amber. Good. Looks like he was trying to dab. Stay in there. And that's all the time we have for today on Kalbus. If you liked the video, consider dropping a like or maybe even subscribing. Or hey, maybe even sharing with a friend and saying, yeah, damn, that's interesting. If you want to see some more r/damn that's interesting, then stick around a couple more seconds because another one will be popping up on your screen. But on that note, I have been your host Zen, and I hope to see you in the very next Kalbus video. Have a great rest of your day.